the Tower Tarot card. Now, straight away, this card brings a lot of fear and apprehension when it comes up in readings, and it really does have a very bad reputation. Out of all of the tarot cards, the Tower card seems to be the one card that people absolutely dread when it comes up in readings. And there's a reason for that. This card represents destruction, and not a mild destruction. This is a catastrophic destruction where you will feel like your life will never recover, that your life is ending basically. But really, what this actually represents is the destruction of things that are holding you back. And that can be many things. It can be aspects of yourself, it can be a relationship, it can be the job that you have, the career that you have, it can be all manner of things. But if things are holding you back from progressing, the Tower card will show absolute destruction of that. And people often resist it, but the more you resist, the more it seems to hurt. You have to allow this destruction to actually happen and take place, and you can actually move forward. So, another aspect of this card is the destruction of ego. So, we all take the major arcana journey, sometimes multiple times, sometimes we only get a few cards in, but we are all on this journey in our lifetime. And the destruction of the ego is really essential to this journey so that you can actually start to experience life in that connected way. The ego is stripped away, and you start to understand and really feel that connection to the universe, to everything around you, how everything is interconnected. But that is also a very painful aspect for a lot of people. They desperately hold on to the ego and fight this process, or just don't progress with it at all. But it is essential so that you can then regrow from a more balanced and divine, if you want to use that word, human perspective. I think a good metaphor to explain the purpose of this card would be to think of planting a seed. And what happens if you think from the perspective of the seed is you take a seed and you push it into the ground, and that seed is in darkness, it's isolated, it's alone, it's away from light. Plants, trees, they love light, they need it to grow, to blossom. But at first, that seed is completely isolated and pushed into the dark. We think of that, metaphorically as the Tower card showing the destruction of the ego, the destruction of these things that you might find or feel are very important to you in your life being destroyed and taken away. But what happens? That seed pushes through. It starts to grow, it starts to blossom, it comes into the light, and it grows into what it should be, what it wants to be. And I think that's a really fitting metaphor for anyone that pulls the tarot card out or is going through this particular phase and feels absolute terror and fear. Like, oh my God. Just think of, well, yes, this is going to be a transitional period. This is going to be very difficult for you, but it's also going to make you grow. It's going to make you grow into where you need to be, the direction that you should be going in, and you will ultimately be much more happier and will be in a place in your life where you wouldn't be if you hadn't gone through this process. So that was the Tower card, and join me next time when we'll be looking at the Star card. Thank you.